and gentlemen, we're going to turn right here on the Embarcadero. As we do so, take a look up at the top of the hill up here. You'll see Point Tower. That is one of the landmarks in San Francisco, built in 1933. Named for Lily Hitchcock Point. He was a bit of an eccentric and a very wealthy woman. She died in 1929. Left the city $120,000, about a third of their estate. And asked them to use the money to build a monument to firefighters. That is what Point Tower is, a monument to firefighters. Levi's Plaza, headquarters to Levi Strauss, the jeans maker. Levi Strauss himself came here during the gold rush era, bought that blue denim fabric with him, thought he was going to make tents out of it. So everybody wanted pants, so he started making pants. Well, the original Levi's not a whole lot different than the ones he's known today. There was one difference. They had one more copper rivet in those original Levi's. That copper rivet was right in the middle of the crotch. Of course, you know, copper's a pretty good heat conductor. You can imagine sitting cross-legged in front of a campfire with that copper rivet there. Was not too comfortable. Oh, good. Thank you for the laugh. I like that. Appreciate that. Over there on your right, about 2 o'clock, is the Transamerica Pyramid, building built in the 1970s. Now recognized all over the world as a landmark of San Francisco. And these folks mentioned the Exploratorium right over here on the left. That is the Exploratorium. That is a science museum. There are over 600 exhibits in there. All of them are interactive science museum exhibits. Things you can play with to learn about things in nature. Things that teach you about light waves and sound waves and earthquakes and magnetism and fog, tornadoes, all that kind of stuff. All kinds of great stuff you can learn over there. Went there with the grandkids about a year and a half ago. They absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. And they got me so inspired, you know, I went out and bought a science book. Yeah, I bought a book on anti-gravity. Can't put it down. You know, they all, oh, thanks. That's your opinion? Anyway, they do have an area in there that deals with paranormal activity. All that stuff nobody can explain. Like, why do psychics have to escapade? Other stuff they can't explain. Alright, you guys are on a dumb tour. I assume that you know all about ducks or are curious about ducks. So let's see what you think about this. I'm trying to know which side of the duck has the feathers. Right? Come on, if you don't speak up, I can't hear. The which side? The outside, yes. All right. So there's, did you do homework to do this? Read up a lot? No? Okay. Yep, that's the outside the duck has the feathers. Coming up on our left is the Ferry Building. Built in 1898. Well, it started in 1896, took it 2 years. But it was was built back then because we had, since 1898, no way to get into the city from the East Bay or the North Bay except by boat. So there were about 100 ferries operating on the bay back in 1898. The city built that as a terminal for people to be able to board and disembark all those ferries. That is actually built on a pier. At the time, it was the largest building on a pier in the entire world. The pier was not only as long as the building is, but it also was about 4 blocks. As the shoreline was back 4 blocks from here, back in 1898. This is all landfill we're driving on now. Ferry terminal still is a terminal for ferries. But they remodeled it about 15 years ago, and now there are shops and restaurants as well inside the ferry. You can have a bocce ball team that plays there. There was used for coaching ball. Giants play. There's coaching. Over to your left, we got 2 islands over there. The big island is Yerba Buena Island. That is a natural island. It is a Coast Guard base. They have the vessel traffic service operates out of that base over there. Vessel traffic is kind of like the maritime version of air traffic controllers. They watch and control all the incoming and outgoing ships, as well as all the ferry boats and many of the private yachts. All the commercial traffic and many of the private traffic on the bay is controlled through vessel traffic service. And to the left of the big island is a little low-land man-made island. It is called Treasure Island. It was built for the 1939 war by the city. And has a bunch of incubator businesses, wineries, and they hold festivals there. Interesting sculpture right here. That's called the Cupid's bow. The legend behind that is if you lost your heart in San Francisco, as the song suggests, that it's probably on the end of that arrow buried in the sand there. Any kids like to see fireboats? There's a fireboat right over there. Okay, so you did figure out which side of a duck has the feathers. Now let's ask another question. Let's see if anybody can tell me what you would call it if you had 4 ducks in a cardboard container. 4 ducks in a cardboard container. What would you call that? Okay, you got one?
I was saying quarter pounder.
Huh?
Quarter pounder? Like quarter pounder?
He was going to say quarter pounder.
Oh. No, that wasn't it. It'd be a box of quarters. You all right? Street. Got that name because at one time it was the edge of the town, or the end of the town. At one point, a lot of this area out in front of us was all water. They're filled in on these buildings.
Let's go to the one where it takes off and lands on the water.
And here we are, AT&T Park, home of the world champion San Francisco Giants. Been playing baseball in this park for 15 years now. And it has been very good for the economy down here. 20 years ago, before that ballpark was built, this was a very run-down area. This was a blighted area. A lot of empty buildings, empty lots. Not much going on. Not a place that you'd leave wanting to walk at night, or, as a matter of fact, almost any time. One big office building down there is right over there, called China Basin Building. And the ballpark opened, and all these buildings are new around here. All but this one right here. Right here. Mission Creek was the deep water channel for Mission Bay. I mentioned back at Townsend, a lot of landfill. This is all landfill out here. Started filling this in the 1870s. In an industrial neighborhood with warehousing, manufacturing, big rail shipping. That way for about a century, but by the early 1990s, all that industry had gone away. Most of the buildings had been leveled. 20 years ago, this looked like a very big parking lot. So UCSF decided to build a medical campus back over there. Notice we got life vests overhead. The ones on the right are for adults, the ones on the left for people under 90 pounds, and for infants under 30 pounds we have some in the far left on the rear. We do not require that you wear them, and then if you really don't need to have them on for this tour. But we're going to talk about it for a minute before we do go in. Let's get some scary music going. They did tell me these float. We're about to find out. Here we go. The water. Yes, it's true. you, it's probably not a good idea to try doing that with your car. San Francisco Bay, one of the largest natural bays in the world. This bay is about 333 square miles of water. It extends about 40 miles down to our right, all the way down to San Jose, and up to our left almost 60 miles to the Sacramento San Joaquin River Delta. The bay is full of fish. It's actually a breeding ground for fish. And of course, wherever there are fish, there will be things that eat fish. The most common fish eaters here are cormorants. Those are dark black. Actually, they're black birds. They're about the size of a gull. You all know about gulls, I'm sure, right? Which, by the way, we do not call them seagulls here, since we're not in the sea. Here we call them bagels. Yeah. There's some right now. Bagels right over there. But we have cormorants and pelicans, grebes, terns, egrets, and herons. Those are all fish-eating birds. Also have some marine mammals that eat fish. Harbor seals, the most common of those. We see them almost every day out here. Keep an eye out, maybe we'll see a seal for you. And we also have some porpoise in the bay. There's a real interesting story about the porpoise. Years ago, there were lots of porpoise here in the early 19th century. But in the late 19th century, we started to think of the bay as a dumping ground for all of our trash, all kinds of trash. And we started polluting this bay so badly that by the early 1940s, the porpoise had all left the bay. They could no longer stand the toxic conditions. Then in the 1960s, we started a cleanup campaign. We wanted to try to restore the condition of the bay water, and it has been successful, very successful. So successful that about 9 years ago, the porpoise began to come back into the bay. And every year their numbers grow. They generally hang out around Alcatraz, what we call the Central Bay, but they will occasionally come down here. And that's always a treat, because we know they don't come here accidentally. It's always on purpose. Anyway, so. Okay, I hope this doesn't turn into a 3-day cruise. Anyway. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh, a couple of big ships over here on your left. Those are called row-rows. Like row your boat, right? No, that doesn't work that way. No, it stands for roll-on, roll-off technology. They are basically giant car carriers. They were designed to transport military vehicles of all sorts. There is a ramp on the back of them where they drive those vehicles in, and that ramp is so robust they can handle a tank. These two were used in the Gulf War in 1991. They were brought here in 93, put into ready reserve. According to the Department of Defense, ready reserve vessels need to be ready to go in 5 days or less. So each of those vessels has a crew of 5, permanent full-time job on those vessels. Their job is to maintain that vessel in operating order, and they are even trained to sail it. So if they are called up to duty, all they have to do is provision, and they're out of here in 5 days or less. Very, very well efficient operation. But the reserve part of that status is we don't know what we're ever going to use them. These have been here for 22 years, never gone anywhere. Yeah, since 1993. Just soaking up our tax dollars in that crew operation. I bought my first boat about 50 years ago. And when I did, they told me that a boat is a hole in the water and the rich are poor money. Those qualify. Yep. It wasn't until many years later that I found out that the word boat itself is an acronym. Stands for break out another 1,000. Real easy to do. The other boats we talk about are the duck boats, these things. The original design was done in 1942. They were designed for military use during World War II. And there were over 25,000 of them built during the war. And after the war, there was a surplus. A few people started buying up the surplus ducks and doing amphibious tours. There is a seal right over there. Did not improve on was the boat speed. This is in fact our top speed right here. We're doing about 5 knots, about 6 miles an hour. That is if we're not running against current, which we were back there. Anyway, that's a little bit about the duck. Oh, you know, there are a couple of terms that you might recognize that came out of those original ducks. Being as slow as they are, they were considered easy pickings by the enemy because they could be shot at so easily. They were called city ducks. Yeah, because they were so easy to hit. And of course, if the enemy hit one, chances are it would become a dead duck. Both terms came out of World War II. We, of course, believe that if a good not kill that duck, probably have to go to the doctor for repairs. And guess what? They're all flats. Okay, promise you guys you can drive the duck boat. Who wants to drive the duck? Okay, we got one back there. Lana? All right, Lana. Huh? Anyway. So the dogs were pretty effective. The boaters started getting their share of splash hits. And then the kayakers figured out how to outsmart those dogs. Tennis balls. Turns out dogs are not discriminating. They go for the closest ball. And so they could get it anyway. A bit about the ballpark over there. Of course, Cupid Cove, Eva, Diva, I'm sorry. There's a barge here. You don't want to run into that.